We are so very lucky in this community to have a wide range of media covering all corners of Central New York. One of them celebrating its 20th anniversary. CNY Latino joining us now, Hugo Acosta. Hugo, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And congratulations on 20 years.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you for the nice words.
Try to think back to February 2004.
Yes.
You launched CNY Latino. What was your vision then, and has it come true?
My vision was to create not only a media that represents our culture. Back then, there wasn't any other than a radio show that my friend Fanny Villarreal was running then, but also to change the image that we Latinos have back then, and we still have in some areas, make it a better, polisher, nothing negative and stuff like that.
So what does it mean then to have CNY Latino all these years? It's not just our community. I mean, it covers a wide range of communities outside of just core Syracuse, right?
Yes, when I started it, I was just thinking about Syracuse, and the name was different, but then I thought there was more market from the profit part of it, all the way to Rochester. So I call it like many things in here, Central New York, CNY Latino, and we cover between Rochester, Albany, Watertown, and Binghamton, and all the cities and towns in between.
How have you expanded over those 20 years? So you start as just a straight newspaper publication, right? You've grown a little bit, right?
Yes.
Podcast now. How else have you expanded?
Well, we started with a newspaper. It was just myself and Marisol Hernandez, who was my editor-in-chief, and now she's also helping me producing a podcast and a radio show. I started with a newspaper, then a weekly Spanish radio show that's still alive. Then we subscribe for translation services. We are certified in the state, which is a nice income for us too. Of course, we have an online presence, so the paper is both in paper format and online. During the pandemic, we created the podcast because there was a lot of closing and situations, and that was something that I wanted to experiment. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but it was kind of a new venture for me, going into this new electronic type of thing.
I won't hold you to that. You mentioned it earlier, and I want you to speak a little bit about this, because beyond just covering the Latino community, I mean, you are a small business, a minority-owned small business, and when I say small, 3 people, that's small. I mean, what does that say to be able to be a minority-owned small business in our community these days?
Well, these days, it says a lot. I don't want to kind of pound myself about the success and the commitment, but it's something that, number one, we try to do it properly. We work hard. We try to please the results, of course, making money in the process. And the other thing is, our people responded to us, and not necessarily only the Latino people, also our vendors, our sponsors that are non-ethnic. And in the newspaper business, I don't have to explain, it's a struggle going on everywhere around. Thanks to my culture that we're still using the paper, we still pick it up in the doctor's clinics or take it to the bathroom and read it. Wherever it is that, you know, that they use it, we're still surviving there.
Do you think that, maybe time for one last question in here, I want to give you a little room on this one. Do you think, 20 years later, I kind of started it with this, I want to end it on this, you are where you hoped to be with your venture?
According to the plans, not really, because we wanted it to grow. We had an office located in the near west side of Syracuse. We had more employees back then. That we wanted to have a little bit of a corporation type of thing, structure. We are a regular business entity. We are not a non-profit organization that for some reason many people think. And we were trying to grow that part. There were some struggles in some things. The media industry was changing. Of course, the pandemic, you know, we almost stopped printing in the pandemic for a couple of months, but we got help from the federal government, even from big guys like Facebook and Google, and we are surviving. So are we the same where I wanted to be back then? Not really, but we're trying. I still have a few more years in my belt.
You absolutely do, and you have adapted well. 20 years, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hugo, really nice to have you in here. We'll have you back again really soon. Thank you, sir.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.